Rosie, did you put your toy on your brother's bed so he would snuggle with it? So he could snuggle with your toy? Is that what you did? You're such a good baby sister. Hey friends, welcome to the video. As you saw, I just made myself some decaf coffee and I'm about to start my day. So I actually haven't gratitude journaled yet today, but I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna finish, finalize my schedule and then jump into work for today. But welcome to today's video. Super excited to hang out with you today. And we're gonna talk about the main ways that I have implemented changes or different strategies to help balance my hormones. That is by far one of the most requested topics that I get because I talk a lot about how I have reversed my Hashimoto's, I'm symptom free, I'm antibody free, and how I have made so much progress with my hormonal health and I'm feeling amazing compared to this time last year. I felt like flaming garbage. So I've gotten a lot of questions about how I've done that. So when I first embarked on my hormone healing journey, I knew that my hormones are out of whack from competing. I didn't have a menstrual cycle. I just felt like my body was wonky. I knew my hormones were off. And at that point I was very in touch with my body because as a competitor, you get very in tune with even the smallest changes. So I knew my hormones were out of balance and I started researching things that cause that or things that keep you from healing basically. And one of the things that I found was caffeine. And I know that that's probably a lot of people listening are I will never give up caffeine. I cannot live without it. And I'm okay, hold on. If that's how you feel, then you definitely need to chill out because in my opinion, you shouldn't need any sort of drug, which is what caffeine is, to feel alive and live your life. So just food for thought. I'm not gonna come at you. I know a lot of people probably feel attacked right now, but just hear me out. One of the biggest issues with drinking a lot of caffeine is it really taxes your adrenals. So every time you drink caffeine, your body releases cortisol. Cortisol is also related to blood sugar spikes, and overall it just kind of puts your body into a stressed state. Even though you feel good, well, some people feel good. Some people feel really jittery and anxious and things like that, and I'm actually one of those people as well. So I know that my body is not a fan of caffeine, but even if you have a good response, your body is still releasing cortisol, it's still releasing adrenaline, that's why you feel more awake, and then you're basically causing all these hormonal spikes, these stress hormone spikes every time you drink caffeine. Usually it only lasts 2 hours or so. For a lot of people, they drink multiple cups of coffee a day, or they have coffee and then they have a energy drink and then they have pre-workout, and so they're just on this roller coaster of cortisol spikes all day. And what happens with that is we just keep taxing and taxing our adrenals, and we are also stressed from a lot of other things too. If that was our only source of cortisol, then maybe it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but we're also chronically stressed from work, from relationships, from just life stuff. Everyone is so stressed nowadays, and so caffeine just adds fuel to the fire. That is one of the biggest changes that I made to help with my hormones, to give my body a break and just reduce my overall cortisol levels, because if you have any sort of hormonal imbalances, that is not going to do you any favors. And I know it sucks to hear that if you love coffee and you love the way it makes you feel, but definitely cycle off of it. Take a couple weeks off. The first time I ever came off of it, by the end of the month, I was I'm never drinking caffeine again, because you have natural energy again. You don't need to drink anything to feel good, to feel human. And yeah, I think our society really normalizes caffeine dependence and coffee dependence, and that's not cool with me. I don't want that to be normal for me. So just something to think about. But first thing I've done to help balance my hormones that's super easy and just part of my routine now is I cut out caffeine almost completely. I maybe have it once a month. So that's number one. When it comes to my workouts, you have seen me make some major changes over the last couple of years. I used to train exclusively bodybuilding style, and that was great for building muscle and working on my physique and just developing my physique in the way that I needed for bodybuilding competitions. Eventually, I gave powerlifting a try, which is a lot different from bodybuilding where there isn't a lot of variety. You're doing lower reps, higher weight, really just trying to get as strong and specialized as possible. And then after powerlifting, I tried out some HIIT workouts, some more like functional training, that sort of thing. And I grew to like love each one for a different reason, but honestly, none of those were really helping out my hormonal health. So my health, my energy, my vitality just kept decreasing. I was like, why is this happening? I'm working out, I'm eating right, but it turns out that my workouts were actually hurting me more than they were helping me at this point. And that is because they were negatively impacting my hormones. And so when I say your hormones, I mean the collective interaction between cortisol, insulin, thyroid hormones, and cholesterol. And so when you're trying to balance your hormones, you want the body to achieve a nice stable balance, and all balance is like a bell curve. So you can do too much, you can do too little, and either of those is not going to help you. There's like a sweet spot in the middle of the curve. And so research shows that overtraining, like training too frequently, too much volume, not giving your body a chance to rest, doing high intensity training or like power training, for example, powerlifting, if you do that for any period longer than like 3 months or so, that can lead to a hormonal imbalance if you are not giving yourself adequate time to rest. So basically, if you are doing the wrong types of training, if you're overtaxing your body and having all of these cortisol spikes from your training, especially seen in like heavy lifting or really high intensity stuff, then that's going to prevent cholesterol from turning into hormones. And also HIIT can really lower like your T3 thyroid levels and can therefore lower estrogen-based hormones. So all training, whether too intense or too long, will lower your progesterone in women. And so overall, just the wrong types of training can really negatively impact your hormones. So the right way to train when you're trying to balance your hormones is you should shoot for about 30 to 45 minutes of circuit training 3 to 4 days a week, and that's a lot less than I used to work out, but I've really grown to like the style, and obviously it makes me feel good because it is allowing my hormonal health to return. So circuit training lets you hit all of the main muscle groups and still get all of the volume in that you need, and as well as get your heart rate up for a condensed period of time, and that will help with burning calories. But more importantly, it creates a natural rise and fall of stress hormone that is not too much and not too little, like it's right in the sweet spot. And so for my circuit training, I keep my heart rate elevated and I break a good sweat, but I'm not going like 100% because again, too much intensity is not going to be favorable for your hormones if they're in like a vulnerable position. And that's not to say like intense training or heavy training doesn't have a time and a place or it's inherently bad for you. But if you have hormonal issues, then it's definitely not going to be helpful. So that's just something to keep in mind. But when seeking hormonal balance, the idea is not too much and not too little without neglecting any of your muscle groups in the body, and also while working on cardiovascular health, which is accomplished in circuit training. So give circuit training a try and let me know if you guys want some examples of circuit training workouts. I have come up with a bunch of different ones throughout this hormonal health journey, and I would love to share them with you. Workouts complete. Give Andrew a thank you in the comments for helping me film. He's the best. He's the real MVP. And speaking of that, give this video a like if it's been helpful so far. I wanted to give you guys more of a in-depth scientific explanation for why my workouts have changed so much in the last year or two. Like I used to do strict bodybuilding workouts, and then I did powerlifting workouts, and then I did like HIIT workouts, and now I'm kind of finding a middle ground, and it's been really beneficial for my hormones. So I hope that was helpful and a good explanation. But now we're gonna check the mail because I should have an exciting package. There it is. Just got home from the gym and took like the fastest body shower ever so I could try this stuff on immediately. You guys know that I love Outdoor Voices. I've already done like 2 other videos with them, and this is the 3rd one. So thank you, Outdoor Voices, for partnering with me for this part of today's video. but they sent me another pair of their cloud knit joggers, which if you saw my holiday video, I got my first pair and I've been wearing them nonstop, and thank goodness these ones came because those ones have been dirty. And I was just like, none of my other sweatpants cut it anymore, or none of my other joggers cut it anymore. So glad that I now have the charcoal pair. And they also sent me this super cute crop, and this is the tri-tone slashback crop, and I'll show you why it's called a slashback crop. And you guys know I love Outdoor Voices because they basically just represent everything that's really important to me in the health and fitness and wellness community, and that's just getting out there, doing things. Even like their signature hashtag on social in their community is hashtag doing things, and they're all about like getting out there, having fun, and just enjoying whatever type of movement that you choose. Like, you don't necessarily have to be the biggest, the fastest, the strongest. You don't have to win. Like, it's about getting out there, doing things, and making the most of it, and just having a good time. And so you guys know I'm all about like sustainable movement, doing stuff that fuels you mentally and physically and feels good. So I love that that is in line with them. And I wanted to show you these joggers again, because if there's anyone in your life that appreciates a good pair of sweatpants, which is probably everyone in your life, this would be the ideal thing to get them as a holiday present. Like, ideal. These are buttery soft. All of their fabrics are designed to do different things. So these are the cloud knit joggers, and they are the softest things I have ever put on my body. I'm not even kidding you. Like, and then this crop is more of a technical fabric, so they have all sorts of different items that are designed for different purposes. So if you want to grab something either for yourself or someone that you love, no matter who gets it, they're gonna love it. Go ahead and check them out, and you can get 20% off your first order of $100 or more by going to outdoorvoices.com/Marie and then enter promo code Marie at checkout. And they have free shipping, hassle-free returns. Like, it couldn't be easier, and it couldn't be a better place to shop for like the active people in your life. So definitely check them out for your holiday gifts. Thank you again to Outdoor Voices for partnering with me for this part of the video. And again, you guys, you can get 20% off your first order of $100 or more by going to outdoorvoices.com/Marie and entering code Marie at checkout. When it comes to balancing your hormones and just your overall health and well-being, nutrition is really at the top of the list. Choosing the right foods can really help balance your hormones, return to hormonal health, restore gut health, and just have you feeling amazing. So here are some things that I have implemented into my life, some things that I think are really important to keep in mind for your hormone balancing journey or just your overall health and well-being. You don't have to have hormonal issues to eat a hormone balancing diet. In fact, if you already have healthy hormones, then eating a diet like this will help you keep that and maintain them. And the first thing to think about is your gut health. It really all starts in the gut. And so if you eat for good digestive health, you'll already have a jump start on balanced hormones. And science is showing us that gut health equals hormonal balance and vice versa. Gut health is even strongly linked to mental health. So eating for your best digestive health really starts like a chain reaction, a domino effect. So when it comes to creating gut health and improving your gut health, one of the best things you can do is to include probiotic foods or a high quality probiotic supplement. Some examples of probiotic foods are things like Greek yogurt, kefir, bone broth, kombucha. Those are all healing and really promote gut health. Another thing that really helps with hormone balancing when it comes to nutrition are healthy fats. Healthy fats are really the building blocks of all of your hormones, and they're really, really helpful for stabilizing the production of your stress hormones, which are cortisol and adrenaline. And so you want to get lots of healthy fats in your diet from things like olive oil, ghee, coconut oil, walnuts, avocados, salmon, other types of fatty fish. Those are really great for your hormones. Another huge thing to consider with your nutrition is to avoid inflammation causing foods. And so inflammation is just an immune response that happens when your body perceives a threat, and that can happen from food. Things like highly processed foods, quote unquote junk food, fast food, really refined processed stuff that your body might not recognize. Obviously, alcohol is going to be an inflammatory food, and a lot of people also are sensitive to things like gluten, dairy, soy, grains, things like that are becoming more and more common as inflammatory foods, but that is very individual. So just be really aware and try to listen to your body and see what you digest well, what makes you feel good, and if you notice like bloating, discomfort, bad digestion after eating certain foods, then you are probably better off leaving those out of your diet and just doing your gut and your body a favor by cutting out those sources of inflammation when you can. And one other way to just boost your overall hormonal health and promote overall well-being is really to just make sure that you're having balanced meals that are full of different nutrients, different colors. So for me, I like to make sure I have a lot of leafy greens, different colors of vegetables, complex carbs, lots of good fiber, as well as a source of protein and a source of healthy fat. And to me, that is a balanced meal that will really nourish your body. Having healthy fat and complex carbs and fiber will really help keep your blood sugar stable and overall just make you feel amazing. So if you are trying to balance your hormones or just promote overall health for yourself, then working on your nutrition and really focusing on getting lots of nutrients, having balanced meals, and cutting out inflammatory foods where possible is going to be a huge step in the right direction, and you will feel amazing for doing so. What a day, you guys. I just wrapped up working for the day and it's 9:30. So those are my biggest tips and biggest pieces of advice if you are trying to get your hormones back on track, balance your hormones in a natural kind of lifestyle focused way, because I think that we can do a lot just by changing the way we treat our bodies and the way we treat our minds. And I hope this was helpful. Again, please give this video a thumbs up if it was. I absolutely love to hear from you guys, so definitely leave a comment down below, let me know. And there will be a pinned comment down below with a question for you guys. And one person that answers that question down below in the comments will get a $20 Outdoor Voices gift card. So thank you again to Outdoor Voices for sponsoring this video. They're not providing the gift card, I'm gonna do it myself. But I just thought that that would be a good way to tie in today's video partner, and to thank you for just being a part of this video, watching to the end, and leaving a comment and liking the video. I super appreciate that, and it really helps out me, it helps out my channel, it helps new people find our little family. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. I loved hanging out with you as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.